got you with Picking Up the Pieces, part 3. And we're talking about how the social media affect friendships, relationships, and marriages. And one thing I can tell you, I've sat back and I've watched young brothers, as well as older individuals, have a total fallout. I remember you said one time about texting, how texting can be taken all the way out of context, why individuals need to speak to each other. I believe that social media as well as texting is the coward ways out of finding understanding as well as communication. Because in a heartbeat, we'll say things on social media that we won't say face to face. We'll say things in a text that you won't say to somebody face to face.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
A person don't want to talk. They want to text and won't even answer your call.
And this is the issue. And this is why, for real, friends, how does social media affect friendships? Friends end up killing each other. Here it is. We grew up on a bunk bed together, homie. We was in the same room. Your mama fed me. Your mama fed me, and my mama fed you. And now we had a misunderstanding, and now all of a sudden we're threatening each other through social media, and we're supposed to be friends.
For sure.
We're supposed to be homies.
For sure.
And before you know it, side individuals come into what is called your DMs and make comments that now all of a sudden they thrown gasoline on the fire, when you and I could have put that fire out amongst ourselves. That's one effect that social media has on friendships. It has our sons, our nephews, our brothers, our homies actually killing each other because of misunderstanding. And since we put it out on the social media platform, now everybody's coming in that doesn't even really know how strong our relationship, our friendship is, or how it's been. And now before you know it, devil is in your ear, devil is in my ear, and now we're going to see each other and we coming with guns. And we're going to kill each other. That's one way social media has affected friendships. Another way, how social media has affected relationships, and I'm speaking boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, is when you have fallouts with your partner, with your spouse, you're opening up on social media. Where you said before in this episode of Picking Up the Pieces for part 1, where you said we've fallen out of place of keeping issues in home. The moment we have some problems, we voice it to a whole bunch of people that are already hurt. Social media, the platforms, they don't love you. The social media platforms are there for profit. It's not there for care and concern. Now, it can be utilized for counseling, but that's the last thing that we utilize social media for when we have issues in our relationships. We just utilize the platform for people to be on our side.
One thing I can say about how social media messes up relationships is a lot of people build their relationships on other people's relationships. A lot of people want to do a try. You know what I mean? A lot of people want to do what everybody else is doing. But the thing about relationships is you got to build your own relationship with your partner. You feel me? One thing me and my friend is doing right now, man, and it's just my homie, but I hope one day we might be able to go another route. But right now, we just building up a relationship with each other. We actually able to sit and express, like, man, I ain't really like how you did that. I don't really like how you said that. And not take it personal. But the thing with social media is it's like, well, Renee going out of town and Renee and her husband doing this, well, I want to do it too. No.
That's a good example.
No.
And now that you said no, now what?
Well, she going to go find somebody that want to do what Renee and her dude is doing.
Going outside of you?
Yes.
That's okay, though, no?
Her dude? I mean, his girl?
It's
okay.
I'm not saying my girl. I'm just saying
period.
in general.
No, in general, no.
Yes.
He's
Hold
giving
up.
an example.
Brother.
Yes.
You mean to tell me it's okay?
Hold up. Although I'm old school and we some old heads in this motherfucker, right? It's a nigga. You can make all the face you want. That's your problem. You so stuck on what you stuck on. You old school, homie.
Go somewhere and go with somebody else on a
it's
trip.
a nigga woman. I almost said it's a nigga woman right now. Somebody in her DM and she lying to that nigga right now.
All I'm stating is I'm
You
not giving
stay.
permission
Listen, no.
for you to go. If I say no, we can't go on this trip with them, then we can't go.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Really?
Me and what's the
Is that controlling?
Not key. Whatever the new name is today. Well, we taking a trip. And
Passport, bro.
I'm giving you 3 weeks. I'm the girl. I'm giving you a 3 weeks notice. 3 weeks, we taking a trip. Not me and you. Me and Keisha and Tasha and Sheik and them.
Oh,
We're taking us a trip.
No,
Excuse me, sir. Can I finish? No, he's saying no. We ain't going. But so since he say we're not going, she's taking. Whoever in their homeboy going on the trip. His girl wanted, or his friend, whoever wanted to go. He said no. We ain't going. She going on a friend trip in 2-3 weeks, and she letting you know.
Okay.
She preparing you.
No problem with that.
Since it ain't no problem, well, I know you ain't got too much, but can you give me something?
Yeah.
Okay, so you gonna give her something, right?
Yeah.
So guess what? She on that trip, well, guess what? Who in her DM?
The dude.
Because you didn't want to go.
Okay, then that's on her.
These are choices.
Yeah, that's on her.
These are choices that we have. These are things that's happening every day. When she's sad, or she ain't gotta be sad. This is something she wanna do. She wanna live a life that she wanna live. Me, even though I'm old school, I'm okay with letting people be people.
Okay, that's you. That's your character.
Okay.
That's your character.
No, I'm not saying that I don't be sad or a little hurt or whatever, but I do know, man, I'm gonna wake up in a week or two and I'm gonna be over it. I'm gonna wake up in a month or two, I'm gonna be over it. I might take 3 months, I'm gonna be over it. I don't know how long. Excuse me, sir. I'm just let me just fill you in on what's going on. Put us out the equation. It's somebody right now and somebody bad or whatever DM and they knocking them. Whether it's a woman knocking a dude or a dude knocking a woman, this shit is happening. It ain't gonna stop because this how people take advantage of social media. Well, one day they gonna wake up and that shit gonna get old. And then what? You might miss out on who you thought was supposed to be something.
There's a boundary. She said, you said that these couples are going on this trip.
For sure.
Baby, let's go on that trip. Right. You said no. Now, right then and there, no has a lot behind it. No is coming from the logical man saying, no, I got to pay the gas and electric. Sure. No, I got to pay the mortgage. No, I have to pay the car note. Or no, we already have some plan and it's not in our budget to take this trip with them right now. No, that's all no means. So now she's going to get emotional and say, oh, well, I'm going with such and such and such at my girls' trip. We're going to do a girls' trip. And in that girls' trip, from your example, since he said no, there's a guy in the DM that says, oh, yeah, you going on that girls' trip? Damn, I'm coming.
He is the girl trip, homie.
All right, whatever the case may be.
Girl trip.
That's not my point. So
and I'm not saying all women, but I'm saying it's going on.
All
because what you ain't able to do, he gonna do it.
Okay, so all I'm stating is the man, the provider, the protector said no. Up under no is a whole bunch of reasons. I just know just for no.
But that's
no
what social media
no
messes
for
you up.
no wait no for here we go.
Oh,
no for a logical reason.
Doing,
no for a logical reason.
You in your home talking about you doing. I'm talking about
no for a logical reason. Here comes the guy into the social media. He's in the DM. So the door has been open for choices. Because right here, and with me, there's a boundary. And I said no. And so you make a choice to go on a trip where you know a homie has been in your DM on social media. So when it says how does social media affect your relationship or your marriage, it just cost me my relationship or my marriage. Because I told her ass no. And that's what the fuck I meant when I said no. Because I am the man here that pays the bills. I am the man here that raises these children. So if you choose to go past me to a social media hookup, then that's on you. You marry that social media relationship, and you marry that marriage by way of social media.
So right now, today, are we talking about us, or we're just talking about the things that go on?
And there's no way we talking about us because he made up a situation. He made up something. And so we're talking about a made up situation by way of social media, and you brought in, let me tell you something about that social media. You could tell your woman no or your wife no, but she gonna find somebody else on social media that's gonna be there. And I done already set that boundary and told her ass no. So now you married to social media. Because you ain't fucking with me. You fucking with social media. Because if you fucking with your king, you heard me say no. You with me now?
I'm here.
You figure deal me?
Yes, sir.
Word up.
For sure.
So that's where it comes
So
into play.
would you say say social media, because we like you say we old schools, y'all a little bit further along.
That shit didn't make sense.
Social,
Make all the sense in
it
the
makes a
world.
lot of sense. But would you say social media ruin things for relationships?
Well, it has to be
Fucking
a
A.
It has to be
statistically fucking A.
It has to be a conduit.
Statistically
The conduit is-
fucking A.
The conduit
He's
is-
on one right now, and all we really just breaking down is these are the things that's happening.
No.
Not just with us. These are the things that's happening right now.
You said, but what if what's Jody?
Ain't no what if. This shit is happening. Ain't no what if.
No, Jody.
If I said what if, I don't mean I'm saying this shit is happening.
No, whatever the case may be, you said you gonna tell her no, but Jody gonna tell her yes. On social
He's looking
media.
forward to it right now.
All right, with that being said, all I'm stating is black man stand up. That's all I'm stating is black man
Which
stand
one?
up. Because the moment
Which one?
she accepts Jody into the social media situation, in the real life, above the real life shit, where I said no logically, and you got in your emotions and you drifted off to something emotionally by way of a social media post or tag or whatever, however DM'd into that, then you allow social media to affect our relationship.
I agree 1,000%.
Word up. So does it happen all the time? Hell yeah.
Happens a lot.
But there has to be a boundary set, or social media will affect your relationship or your marriage. And both of us have to respect that boundary. And the real boundary, which is in home and community, by way of picking up these pieces. If you want to be a lost piece, well then, bitch, go ahead with the dude in the DM then. Cause now I'm drywalling your monkey ass.
He on one.
Yeah.
Word up.
And I ain't never even dealt with this.
So would you go?
Hey, I ain't never, hey, look, I ain't never even dealt with this stuff.
Right.
He on
I
one.
ain't never dealt with this.
That's why I tell you don't wear so much.
Would you
'cause
go to
this
social
shit is
media?
happening, man.
Invent, because a lot of problems.
You asking me personally?
Let's say
Hell yeah, you will do. Yes,
No, I
you
don't.
will.
No, I don't. I don't go to social media to vent.
You might not call it that, but you do sometimes.
Vent?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Good.
I'm asking.
No.
That's it.
So if things happen with me within my family,
Not just you, but men or women.
I done seen
both
some
sides
posts.
of
What you
the
mean
world.
like the homie Ben? He on one over there. I'm gonna start
Next time
screenshotting. I
do
don't
it.
be on it.
Do
Yes,
it.
yes. So therefore you can learn.
Yeah,
Because
so-
now someone who just told me yesterday or 2 days ago on the phone that we're gonna watch where we don't say pussy or dick or this or that. You just say, well, bitch, go ahead. You bitch, be gone. And we don't even supposed to be
I
loud in this.
apologize.
Well, you can do whatever you want. You said it, brother.
No.
And I'm telling you,
So look.
Hey, it's a problem when they do it, but when we do it,
Fuck. What?
time out.
Nah,
Say,
nah.
Time out when I
You
say
made
that.
me
Hold
up
on,
my
hold-
tone
No,
because you
well,
like,
you told me
well,
up
what if
anyway,
they do
but I'm
this?
saying-
And what if they do that?
No, ain't no what if.
you
You
mean?
keep saying if. It's
No,
happening. I'm
no,
telling
no,
you.
when it happening,
Look it, homie.
here's the brother that's setting the boundary.
Look it. I'm not saying ifs. I'm telling you this thing happened.
No, I know.
Oh,
I
okay.
know.
Okay.
All I'm stating is you just said earlier about simps. Simps. Because the simp will say, go ahead.
No, he didn't say go ahead. He
No,
said
no. He
And
said
I don't
no.
look at him as
He
a
said
buster.
no.
I don't
He
look
said-
at him as a buster for that.
Your example.
He might
He
not be
said
able
no.
to. And
He
there's a
said
reason
no.
why, because you had to listen why.
Yeah, he
and
said
that's
no.
through communication we get to understand why. But then it's her choice.
She better be
to do
woman
that.
sneaky. She better be
It's
woman
a woman,
sneaky,
it's
not
a
male
woman,
sneaky.
It's a woman tripping. I gave you 2-3 weeks that I'm planning, and guess what? Them 2-3 weeks, you gonna save a little of that money to help me go on my trip.
No,
just in case dude trip out on me.
No, I'm gonna do everything.
Because dude might be thinking whatever he thinking. I might just want to get away. I'm not saying she gonna fuck on him and do it to him. She might just really want to get away because you're not able to do what she want to do.
Whatever the case may be,
So
I'm tripping.
whenever I leave, it ain't like I'm finna the woman. I'm not saying a woman going to be a whoremonger or none of that. The woman might just want to be able to go get away through social media. I met you to do this for me.
Yeah, I just thought about
so I might got a little extra money to
I
catch
ain't
my
giving her
own flight
nothing.
back.
I ain't
Yes,
giving her
you
nothing.
You gonna give her
The
something?
reason why I'm not giving her nothing
Because you already
because
said
I
no.
already told her no.
He already said
I'm talking about me now.
He
I had
said
to
no.
think
He
back on
said
it.
no because
Once I tell her no,
this,
everything she wants to do after that,
Let's get away from us and let's talk about the social media and what goes on.
Social
we
media,
are.
That's
We are.
real.
We
Now,
ain't talking about
outside
us.
of this circle,
wait, none
that
we've been
story
talking about
is
ain't
real.
been about us.
outside of this circle, that story is real.
Not with you.
I wouldn't either.
So he gave an example
I was just
of
giving
what
an
takes place on social media.
Because everybody wants to emulate what
In
they
relationships
see on that
as well
face.
as marriages.
And the whole thing about it is you emulating something that ain't even real.
Word.
Almost like rap music.
Almost like rap music.
For sure.
Everybody sees certain. There's a top 5% of
sure.
rap artists that can really live that life.
For sure.
Out of 100%,
For sure.
5%.
For sure.
Just like there's a 1% of billionaires and 1% of wealthy people in America, right? 1%. The 1%ers, right?
For sure.
Within the rap industry, there's only 5% of those niggas that's actually living that. And then you got everybody trying to emulate it by watching social media, right? And then when they try to emulate it, they end up dead or broke. Because that ain't even you for real, dude.
Or divorce. If we're going how social media messes up relationships.
Relationship is
For sure.
relationship can be the rap artist and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So when we say that about how does social media affect relationships, it's boundaries have to be set. But you can't even set boundaries no more. You can't even tell your girlfriend or your dude or your husband or your wife, hey, we finna cancel these social media platforms.
You should.
They have a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
They say no. I bet you people have actually divorced because somebody said, I'm putting my foot down. It's time to cut out
100%.
these social networks, the social media platform. We don't need it. Somebody said, oh, hell no. Draw up the papers. Draw up them
They got
papers.
divorced because they got divorced because they had to get rid of the fake
Word
world.
up. Because to them, it's not a fake world. It's a real world. I've had to deal with it where something came in where a post was created by my daughter and my stepdaughter read it and they started beefing about something and that made it all the way back to my marriage. I'm like, hey, social media is not real.
It's not real.
Hey, y'all, don't do that. Please don't do that. Let that go. Y'all love each other. Y'all sisters. We're going to figure this out.
For sure.
With me being logical and them being emotional and females, they ran with something that was put on social media about a conversation I had with my biological daughter while I was on the beach in the Dominican Republic. Somehow Jamaria cut this and cut that, and somehow my stepdaughter heard it, and I to this day I don't understand exactly what she got from it, but I guess I was putting them down somehow, some way. And when we made it back to the States, it was a full-blown argument by way of my ex-wife.
Really?
I'm like, whoa.
This
Through social media. This is me throwing my hands up like, hey, hold on. Calm down. Your eyes pop, your nose open. My daughter, Jamari, did what? You talking about some Facebook shit? Oh, don't let them work that out. That's sisters. Let the sisters work that out. But they didn't work it out. It rolled over into a marriage.
And see, that becomes a problem too, because said earlier on about community.
So my question
Cartoons.
is, what's not real?
Cartoons. We know cartoons aren't real, but we sit our children down to watch cartoons for the cartoons to teach them. But then at the same time, we can show them a whole totally different cartoon where something is driving off of a cliff and it lands and crashes, and the person the cartoon characters get out and walk off.
Yeah.
But then we show them another cartoon where it's teaching them ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, where it's teaching them algebra, so on and so forth, right? So what's in front of you is dictated by Habermas. No, I'm sorry, is dictated by what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with a P. Pragmatism. That which is based off reality, but its own form of logic. Pragmatic.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
You with me? So you can take something out of something which can be reality, which can be a learning situation. But then over here is a whole nother ball of pigmentation. Is that a word?
It is a good word right now, because what you're saying is social media, we should rephrase what we said, because that's good. A lot of stuff that's shown on social media is not real.
Right. It's propaganda.
It's propaganda.
Okay.
But you can get some good stuff out of it.
Information.
Like
you can get
like
information.
picking up the
You can
pieces.
get resources.
Yes.
It's how you utilize the platform. There we go. How you utilize the platform on how it can either build up your friendship, relationship, or marriage, or it can tear it down in a heartbeat. And nowadays, it's tearing down more than building up because individuals are looking for the tear down.
Reiterated everything.
There we go. There we go. Does that make sense, audience? Does that make sense?
Time out.
I'm listening.
I'm glad you two fellas reiterated social media because I don't want to be up here 3 old miserable sad men without no life.
That's what they
no
gonna say.
women.
That's what they gonna say.
I don't know what they gonna say. I'm saying, but I
Niggas
don't
just get it out their
I
chest.
don't want to be that
No, it makes sense.
because like life ain't really bad, man.
For sure.
No, life is
And
sweet.
I honestly
For
think
us.
we gonna get better at this because I think all our work is in the right place and going in the right direction. We just got to learn more as we go, and I'm not afraid to learn because the only thing you can do is fail when trying to learn or get better in life. And I'm not no failure, but to all the people in life, whatever you choose to do, whether it's social media, trucks, whatever your choice of things in life, don't be afraid to fail because that's all that can happen. And all you're going to do is go back to where you was at. I ain't trying to get off of where we at, but these are realities. You know, they speaking on social media and how it ruined things. Social media can really help a lot of things because it can help market you. It can help put you in all kind of different situations and different shit. We right here with your people, Twan, behind social media. We left a situation from you was with a person for over 30 years. You know, because they thought whatever they wanted to think. And we here with one of the most humblest persons and don't question nothing. I haven't really gotten his business yet, but when I do get in his business, I'm going to learn. Because you say he giving the knowledge to us. And it's such a humbling feeling. Shout out to, what's your name, brother?
Daylon.
Shout out to Daylon. Man,
Iconic Mind Studios, man. Come sit here,
beautiful,
man.
humble
Come sit
soul.
here for sure. Come sit here.
Super beautiful, humble soul who was teaching Torrance some things that can help us on our social media platform. Such a humbling feeling. You know, because success can come in all different kind of ways. And it's a win-win from us from what we just came from. And this is social media that we're chasing. You know, this is social media that we're trying to get a point across to the people, young, medium, old, or however. And I don't want to be, you know, I'm waiting for the comments. I want us to be able to get them comments to be able to come through so we can start answering some of these questions. We got to be able to critique ourselves and be able to take constructive criticism because I have people that be on my line about certain things that are topics. They want to hear more of other things opposed to certain things. Some people want to hear more of certain things because I grew up in the ghetto.
For sure.
You know, we're from a ghetto. Like, I'm from a ghetto. Like, ghetto people call me. But that don't mean that don't mean that they're really ghetto, but they want to hear certain shit. They give me topics. Well, I'm saying, okay, I'm going to sit back, my legs crossed, so I'm going to let such and such. No, we about tired of that. Sometimes I get thrown out. Well, he told me some things. These people might be feeling the same way about me when I get to talking about things. But back to the social media part, is such a humbling feeling because we didn't ask for this. You went and found this. So in my mind, you gave somebody an opportunity to be a part of this social media platform that we're on right now. Since we're talking about social media, it was something that could have tried to ruin us, but when you're dealing with 3 brilliant minds, it's hard to ruin that. You can envy it, you can hate it, but if you got a pure heart, we're going to keep going. And we're going to go. Like, I want to go buy some fish. You know, because I felt a good person. You know, but who would have known? I didn't know that we was going to wind up right here with DeLeon in his studio. Such a humbling guy. He just doing what it's his job, and he going.
Yes, sir.
He going. I salute you, brother. You know, social media ain't so bad.
No, social media. So social media could be a good tool
if you use
if it's utilized right, just like anything else.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
This is
and
a screwdriver, right?
Yes,
and the screwdriver is supposed to be used to help build things up or break things down to put things up. But what if I take the screwdriver and use it to break in the car, and then use the screwdriver to jack the car?
Super choices.
It's tools, though. No, we're speaking about how do you use social media as a tool. Social media is a tool, but how will you use it? Will you use it to build up, or will you use it to tear shit down?
Go ahead, Twan.
That's a good thing about social media too, man. I'm 46 years old and I be waking up looking at how many YouTube views we got. You feel me? Because
I ain't challenged myself to that yet, though.
Huh?
business.
I ain't
That's
challenged
business.
us or myself to that.
Yes.
Because I know a lot of good people, and I know some people. Everybody ain't gonna support me, but I know a few that's gonna make other people support, just like I can try to make other people support. Because us statistically, we ain't sticking together. Statistically, we ain't. We might be on social media arguing with each other, but I don't want to take the time. Go ahead.
No, that's it. Like, subscribe, and share.
Like, subscribe, and share. Now, we want to come back and speak to you guys about, through picking up this episode of Picking Up the Pieces, about how does social media affect friendships, relationships, as well as marriages. We're going to definitely come back to you and speak with you. We just want to give you guys a teaspoon of what we're talking about. We're definitely going to come back together and have a cup of what we're speaking about today. One more time. Picking Up the Pieces is a podcast that deals with black and brown communities.
Shout out to
and what
Chef
takes
Nim,
place.
man. I had some salmon egg rolls earlier, man. Them things was bums.
Shout out to
Chef Nim
Chef
over there,
Nim.
3305, a family restaurant we got over here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Yes.
Sure.
Man,
Shout out,
shout out, man. Them salmon egg rolls was bomb.
So long.
For sure.
Extra